Welcome, everyone, to the Rays of Light Gala. I'm Dougal Hewitt, Chief Mission and Sponsorship Officer, and it is an honor to be with you for this celebration of our Values in Action Award recipients, who really set the highest standards for all of us. Even during this pandemic, we never wavered from the mission and our core values. Truly a testament to our dedicated caregivers. We have a great show for you. You'll see video debuts of the honorees that are sure to inspire, and you'll hear messages of appreciation from Providence leaders. To get us started, I'd like to introduce our President and CEO, Dr. Rod Hochman.
Hello, it's a great honor to join with you for this celebration of our Values in Action Award recipients. When I think of Values in Action Award, I am humbled. We find ourselves in unprecedented times, emerging from COVID and facing extraordinary financial and societal pressures. Regardless of these challenges, though, we've been steadfast in our service over these years due to our unwavering commitment to our values. Each of you being honored symbolizes hope for all of us. It is my great privilege to celebrate you today. Thank you for all that you do. I'm inspired by the ways that each of you brings your light into the lives of others. You are a gift to our ministry and to all who know and work with you. You are our rays of light.
I'm Sister Barbara Shamber, the provincial leader of the Sisters of Providence, Mother Joseph Province. It is a great pleasure to congratulate our Values in Action awardees, as well as all of you who were nominated by your fellow caregivers for this prestigious award of Providence St. Joseph Health. Those who were chosen for this award exemplify all who model the 5 core values of compassion, dignity, justice, excellence, and integrity. Daily, we see the beautiful depiction of these values on our walls throughout our ministries. But today, we honor those who live out each of these values as caregivers in Providence St. Joseph Health, in making our mission alive each day. We pray in thanksgiving as we reflect on our mission, as stated, as expressions of God's healing love, witnessed through the ministry of Jesus. We are steadfast in serving all, especially those who are poor and vulnerable. May the God of Providence St. Joseph Health inspire all caregivers to live out both the mission and the promise, to know me, to care for me, to ease my way. We offer a special blessing on our Values in Action awardees. May the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Congratulations and blessings on you and your families.
Hello, everyone. I'm Lisa Vance. I'm so glad to be part of this occasion. The Values in Action Award is the highest honor we give each year. You all know that at Providence, our values are not just something we put on a plaque and hang on the wall. All of us live them every day. Those of you being recognized today go an extra step in weaving these powerful words and commitments into your daily lives at work and beyond. Congratulations to all awardees. And as the leader for the North regions, I'm especially proud of those who serve here in our Northern ministries. You truly exemplify the best of Providence. On behalf of all of us across the Providence family of organizations, congratulations and thank you.
Specialty care requires special caregivers, and Jessica Coffey certainly qualifies. St. Elias Specialty Hospital is the first of its kind in Alaska. Patients here often have multiple or complex medical conditions, requiring longer stays than in traditional acute care hospitals. Jessica is known for being clinically strong and equally compassionate. One minute she's working with ventilators and multiple drip lines in the high acuity unit. The next, she's collaborating with a coworker, extending her quiet patience and understanding. Hers is a combination of great skills and great heart, with colleagues citing Jessica's positivity, drive, and partnering spirit as keys to making her patients always feel valued and respected.
Long before COVID, Susan Leathers was preparing her community for a possible pandemic by leading trainings and practicing medical responses. The preparation paid off. As COVID-19 surged, Susan's partnership with her local community health department was key to making vaccines available quickly and efficiently. She worked to revamp her hospital's security department and implemented new procedures for working with difficult or violent patients, resulting in a safer workplace where caregivers feel supported. A fellow caregiver describes her this way: Susan epitomizes servant leadership and inspires others to give back and pay it forward.
After serious heart surgery, the patient was sure she was going to die. As her anxiety grew, something magical happened. I love you. I love you. This caregiver came to my side, the patient said, and sang a gospel hymn in the most beautiful voice. It calmed me right down. It made all the difference. That was 5 years ago. Yet she says the calming impact is still with her today. Helen Wade considers her singing voice to be a gift from God, a gift she has shared for many years with patients who are agitated or scared and vulnerable. It's Helen's gift of song, of healing. That's why I praise you all today.
Manny Rodriguez often stands on the front line, literally, when situations in his hospital are the most intense, most complex, and most uncertain. He is there. That's the job. But it's his approach to the work that makes Manny really stand out. Like being calm and moving in kindness, having an uncanny ability to diffuse intensity, and offering genuine engagement to anyone. That's how his fellow caregivers describe him and his ways of making their hospital safer and more comfortable for everyone. As one puts it, time and time again, I've seen Manny honoring the dignity of a patient in distress or offering compassion to a frustrated caregiver. Manny walks through our halls in peace.
COVID-19 vaccines brought countless challenges and questions. Enter Rolf Walner. He became the vaccine issue go-to guy across Providence and was seen as a medical rock star locally. Rolf worked hard to make sure vaccine clinics were properly staffed. On his supposed days off, he drew up doses himself. He partnered to get vaccines to housebound and homeless neighbors, and he answered lots and lots of questions. But then Rolf Walner has a reputation for being a good listener and a consultative problem solver. A team member put it this way: "It's very comforting to have a leader who works and lives the mission. Rolf is caring and down to earth. He always has a listening ear and will work tirelessly to find solutions."
Hello, I'm Dr. Rhonda Meadows, President of Population Health at Providence. Our work in population health is anchored on our mission to care for everyone. We focus on transforming healthcare for better health outcomes, to eliminate health disparities, and to achieve health equity. We work to deliver on our promise to provide value that includes quality, experience, and affordability, and to help sustain our health ministry. It is an honor to see this commitment embodied in so many of our Value in Actions awardees. Congratulations to you all. You are being recognized for your outstanding leadership that lights the way for others. You inspire us. Thank you to all of our caregivers who live our mission and demonstrate our values daily.
Providence Health Plan members appreciate Cash Spencer's outstanding service and her never-ending drive to get things done. She is known as a steadfast and relentless advocate, both on the job and in her community. Serving as a juror in a Portland trial, Cash was part of what's called a non-unanimous jury verdict, where the defendant was convicted by a split decision 10-2. She was one of the 2 voting for acquittal. The experience set Cash on a new mission as a voice for judicial change. A U.S. Supreme Court ruling in 2020 made unanimous verdicts unconstitutional, banishing the practice. Whether working for justice, serving her clients, supporting her Providence team, or helping the underserved get COVID-19 vaccinations, Cash Spencer always fights the good fight.
After earning her high school diploma, Dora Frank entered a work-study program for people with learning challenges. That real-world experience was invaluable, allowing Dora to get a job as a laundry aide at Vincent. That was 44 years ago. Today, Dora is still making days brighter for residents of the Skilled Nursing Center by sharing her smiles, her positivity, and lots of clean laundry. Dora arrives to work at 6 a.m. every weekday, without fail, part of the discipline and work ethic she's known for. Yet it's her compassion and respect that really stand out, according to the residents, who also happen to double as Dora's friends.
Hi, I'm Dr. Amy Compton Phillips, Chief Clinical Officer here at Providence St. Joseph Health, and I'm absolutely delighted to be here today celebrating the Value in Action awardees. As we navigate our environment in this post-pandemic world, we're working hard to reconstruct, renew, and reinvigorate the healthcare system as we know it. And the only way we can do that, creating the future that we want based on the values of the past, is to ensure that everything we do is based on our foundation of compassion, justice, dignity, excellence, and integrity. Our awardees today exemplify that, and we can only hope that we can all emulate the way that they move into the future as we reconstruct our healthcare system today. Thank you.
Stephanie Berry has been described as a modern-day Emily Gamelin due to her devotion to serving the poor and vulnerable. By day, you'll find her compassionately interacting with caregivers across PMG, Oregon. By night, you'll find her giving her time and loving spirit to those in need at local hospitals. Stephanie also volunteers weekly to feed and comfort the homeless. And the pandemic only multiplied her efforts. Stephanie was one of the first to volunteer to help get COVID-19 vaccines to underserved populations. In the words of a colleague, Stephanie always goes above and beyond to serve others. When she sees the need, she takes the initiative to step right in.
Look up servant leader in the dictionary, and you might find Ronnie Russell as the definition. While she may not lay hands directly on patients, her behind-the-scenes talents clear the path for caregivers who do. Ronnie played a critical role in responding to COVID-19 and spearheaded the conversion to Epic. She also spent countless nights and weekends making sure providers had the right tools and processes to provide the best possible care. As noted by a colleague, I watched as Ronnie kept her pursuit of excellence from ever wavering. She was deeply committed, even when she was exhausted. I am grateful not only for our team, but for the thousands of lives her work touches.
To understand how Ta Nguyen unites Express Care clinics to provide the best care possible, just listen to her fellow caregivers. Tan has been a strong guiding light for all of us during these difficult times, says one. As caregivers, she reminds us daily to focus on one patient at a time and do what is best for each individual. She also reminds us to practice compassion and care for ourselves. Another says she has a gentle way about her leadership, always respectful, acknowledging each member's strengths and experiences. I aspire to be a leader like Tan. She is compassionate, supportive, empathetic, and leads the way with a steady hand. She is truly the heart of Express Care.
Hello, I'm Dr. Guy Hudson, President of Operations and Strategy for the Puget Sound region and Chief Executive Officer of Swedish Health Services. It is my pleasure to address this year's Values in Action Rays of Light Gala. Today, we celebrate caregivers who live our values by providing extraordinary care to our patients. Providence and Swedish both have long and storied histories in the Puget Sound, built on the belief that communities truly thrive when everyone has the access and resources to live healthy lives. Our commitment to this vision is reflected in you, and the care you deliver is our community's health partner. I want to especially recognize the Puget Sound region caregivers being honored today for your unwavering service, leadership, and professionalism. Congratulations. And as always, I am proud to work with you.
Mike Dover has a knack for accomplishing difficult projects under trying circumstances. He and his team were tasked with installing a new call light system on the COVID telemetry unit, right as the Delta variant surged. That meant moving patients and blocking rooms, convincing staff to embrace yet another change, and getting the rooms back in circulation as quickly as possible. Communicating closely with the unit's caregivers every step of the way, Mike led the way to completing the project ahead of schedule, while remaining diligent about preventing infection among his crew. Like the perfect utility infielder in baseball, Mike Dover can play several positions and play them all well.
A little compassion can go a long way in the emergency room. Christa Argosino is often assigned to work with psych patients or those who are belligerent and intoxicated. Teammates cite her calm demeanor and ability to see the goodness in everyone as fundamental to Christa's ability to soothe and quiet. But some days are anything but quiet. Due to several coworkers being out sick, Christa recently found herself being the only tech in the busy ER. A fellow caregiver paints the picture. Christa was incredible that day. She was simultaneously everywhere, with no attitude, and making sure everyone felt supported. She works to the absolute highest standards.
Well, hello, everybody. I am Eric Wexler, the President of Operations and Strategy for the Southern footprint of Providence St. Joseph Health. It is such an honor to participate in this incredible event tonight, celebrating our special caregivers. You embody our core values of compassion, dignity, justice, excellence, and of course, integrity. You bring these values to work every day as expressions of God's healing love. And when I'm out and about in our hospitals and ambulatory clinics and physician offices, I am so super proud to engage with you. And frankly, you inspire me. So thanks for all that you do. As we celebrate you tonight, one of the things that is on our mind is you represent the highest of aspirations of what our sisters expected of us as we stand on their shoulders as caregivers at Providence St. Joseph Health. Congratulations to all of you, sending you my personal appreciation and my love for all that you do.
Michael Lutzy eases the way for new caregivers by sharing his firsthand knowledge of electronic medical records. Usually, Michael is a soft-spoken, humble, and compassionate oncology nurse. But every other Friday, he plays mentor, introducing new coworkers to the EMR and its efficient use. Michael is known for going out of his way to make caregivers feel like part of the team and that their contributions are valued. Says a colleague, he is so generous with his time and expertise and is intensely committed to his patients and teammates. Michael is an exemplary caregiver and contributor to improvement initiatives across the ministry. We are so grateful to have him.
"3W Mom." That's what Martha Rios is affectionately called on her telemetry unit, 3W, where she has mentored many caregivers. Martha came to Little Company of Mary first as a CNA, serving in that role for more than 20 years. She then put herself through nursing school and has been an RN ever since, becoming a role model along the way. Proactive, multi-skilled, never too busy to help, no matter the task. Martha is often able to bridge communication and comfort gaps by translating for Spanish-speaking patients, resulting in better, more informed care. It's all in a day's work for Martha Rios, aka 3W Mom.
Like so many heroic caregivers across Providence, Matt Santamaria went above and beyond in the fight against COVID-19. A voluntary job change from physical therapy assistant to nursing support meant working 12-hour shifts, switching from days to nights each week. Working on the most critical floors, Matt quickly became known as someone who would do whatever was needed to help. Turning and cleaning patients, transferring them, and in a nod to his PT training, helping those who could to get up and move around. As all this was happening, he also became an epic super user, spending countless hours preparing and guiding his fellow caregivers through the software transition. Matt Santamaria, equal parts flexible, durable, and dedicated.
Pre-pandemic, Christy Rios spent her days guiding young cancer patients into research trials and then overseeing their care. But when FDA approvals were urgently needed for COVID-19 treatments, Christy shifted gears and voluntarily jumped in. It meant long days and late nights, more time away from family. And it meant following up with patients after discharge, often at odd hours in unusual locations. The work paid off as treatments were approved. For Christy, all that mattered was the patient and their care, as always. In the words of a former patient, "When I was going through chemo, Christy really stepped up and helped me and my family tremendously." No doubt she has earned her wings.
Hello, I'm Deb Canales, Chief Administrative Officer for Providence. And wow, congratulations to all our 18 awardees for our values in action. It's so wonderful to be with you and to celebrate you. You know, the key issues of our times have implications for the health and well-being of all people. And during, I can't believe it, my nearly decade with Providence, I've witnessed inspiring growth across all our 7 states. I've seen and heard and felt the opening of hearts and minds, illustrated by our visible commitment and intentions to stay in dialogue with one another around really important social justice topics. It's what our Catholic heritage, the legacy of our founding congregations, calls us to do. And a few accomplishments that I'm most proud of in the areas that I oversee with human resources and our teams that are working in diversity, equity, and inclusion, and the support of our caregiver resource groups in every region. Thanks to our communications team who work to stand up and speak out in support of people who experience oppression and inequities. Our philanthropy teams who are tracking to deliver another record-setting year of investment back into our communities. And certainly our community partnership teams who work to prioritize community health locally. They raise the awareness and action for mental health nationally, offering service immersion experiences for our caregivers in partnership with MPOs, and provide robust educational offerings through our Providence High School and our University of Providence. And of course, the response to the critical needs of people during disasters like wildfires and our ongoing COVID crisis. And finally, to our governance teams who support around board development, prioritizing diversity of thought, experience, and ideas. So once again, this evening, I'm honored to congratulate our 18 Values in Action awardees. Way to go, woohoo! I've had the opportunity to read these nominations submitted by these amazing caregivers, and wow, the words speak of behaviors that we aspire to and for our Providence culture. I want to say to each of you, I feel blessed to serve alongside you in this work that we do together as Providence. Thank you again.
As an HR leader, handling tough situations and difficult issues comes with the territory. For Marilyn Fultz, those challenges bring opportunities to display integrity and compassion. As the country experienced a painful racial reckoning, Marilyn led with commitment as she guided the Portland leadership team in processing their feelings and developing responses. She was also active and courageous in diversity, equity, and inclusion seminars. Marilyn encouraged leaders to reach out to Black caregivers as part of a listening exercise and emphasized the need to give grace as white caregivers especially come to truly understand the systemic racism in our country. Giving grace, showing compassion, driven by excellence. That's Marilyn Fultz.
When Rupa Rangaprasad joined Providence in 2020, she was caregiver number 12 in India. In heading up talent acquisition, she has helped grow that number to more than 400 today. Providence, India is a specialized engineering, operations, and innovation center designed to accelerate the vision of health for a better world. Rupa and her team implemented a new HR system, built a successful campus recruitment program, and a new grad onboarding program, all first for the startup region. Her colleagues describe Rupa's innate ability to collaborate and partner as being key to making Providence one of the most gender-diverse technology workplaces in all of India.
Wow, wasn't that an amazing illustration of caregivers who demonstrate the very best in their work? We know that there are many caregivers who are worthy of recognition, and I encourage you to take a moment to think of those caregivers who go above and beyond. You can nominate them now for our Values in Action Awards at valuesinaction.providence.org. With all the challenges we've faced over these past few years, it's really reassuring to know that we remain steadfast to our mission and our values, and that they can be embodied in every caregiver. Thank you all for joining us today. Congratulations to our honorees, and I offer my thanks and appreciation to all those who bring the communities we serve to healing and wholeness. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Sister Mary Beth Ingham, General Superior of the Sisters of St. Joseph of Orange. I'm pleased to join with you today as you celebrate those honored with the Values in Action Award. You, along with all the nominees, have given witness to your deep love for the dear neighbor. You have extended the mission we share, one of compassion and healing to all in need. I leave you with this beautiful Irish blessing. May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be ever at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face. And when evening comes, may God hold you in the hollow of his hand. And may St. Joseph, an ordinary person who did extraordinary things, continue to walk at your side. God bless you.